Welcome back to Up North at 4. And no, Theo did not get a haircut and a dye job.
Right?
No, that is Slick.
Shrink a little.
And he's with his owner, Lenelle Scholl, with the Scholl Community Impact Group based out of Winchester. And Lenelle, we've had you on the show before, and just for the people at home, to give a little background, what you folks do is equine therapy for people with disabilities, correct? Yes. I guess I want to start with, how did you get involved, and how did this kind of develop over time?
I've always had horses since I was 6 years old, and at that time, it was a long time ago, and nobody really around to give you lessons or teach you about horses, so my horse basically taught me. And I think that made the passion more and more.
Yeah.
And it just grew and grew, and probably 78, I started having kids show up with special needs, because at that time we had a training facility and boarding and teaching riding and things. And there was a few teachers who would call and say, hey, I've got this student has some problems, but they love horses. Could they come out? And well, yeah, I don't turn anybody down. And they would come out and hang out with the horses, and it would make them feel better. And then it just got more and more and more. And in 2001, I had a family who, she was a special ed teacher, and they had a couple horses boarded with me, and I was teaching them to ride. And she said, I want to bring my class out. So she brought her class out, and there was one little girl who was nonverbal on the autism spectrum, and she would come with her grandmother and an aide. And my mare at the time, her name was Love. Bill's Polka Love was her name. And she yawned in front of this child. And when a horse yawns, they open their mouth. You can see all their teeth, and their eyes roll back, and they put their ears back. And it is kind of comical. But they don't keep yawning. They'll do it maybe twice, and that's it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, Love yawned like 5 times. And that little girl made a sound. She actually showed emotion. And I didn't realize what was going on at the time. And the teacher and her grandma were like, oh my gosh, this child does not do that.
It just,
and it clicked.
Yeah.
And Love she was the one that really inspired the program more and more. And it's just grown. We became nonprofit in 2009. And we have between 40 and 50 students a week.
Wow.
So it's just, my horses are they're the ones. And excuse me, Slick too.
You would have held that one against you, I think.
Yes, I think.
And I have to imagine this whole program brings you great joy, right?
Oh, you can't imagine.
This is you go home at night and you're thinking, today was a good day, right? Because you're seeing these nonverbal kids, you're adding something to their life that wouldn't have been there the day before, right? And it's not just this one, nonverbal kid from who on the spectrum, but it's also other kids as well.
Yeah, we have
buses coming in.
We have Down syndrome. We have children with cerebral palsy. We have a lot of bullying. We have a lot of anxiety, and the horses just change all that. We had our horse show last Saturday, and there was many tears shed because of the families watching their students.
It means a lot.
And couldn't believe it. Oh, it's amazing. Well, yeah,
it's something you don't always think of. You think of course, the student, but the parents' reaction to what they're
seeing their child or what have you.
They're living their best life finally, right?
Well, they're happy.
They're
smiling, and a lot of our kids don't get to smile very much.
Yeah.
Once they make that connection with that horse, it changes.
Yeah.
You'll have to come and watch. It's amazing.
So you mentioned the first show of the season took place last weekend. So we're here now. The summer is approaching. So we got some plans for the summer. We're going to talk about that. We're going to take a quick break. You mind sticking around with us, Lenelle?
Okay, we'll do it.
We'll be right back on Up North at 4.
You good?
Welcome back to Up North at 4, joined by Lenelle Scholl at the Scholl Community Impact Group. And Slick. Sorry, Slick, I didn't mean to offend you there, buddy. Lenelle, you said the first show of the summer took place last weekend, and from the sounds of it, a few of the kids were putting on quite the show on these horses. What does that mean to you when you see them out there in front of a crowd, in front of their friends, family, and they're kind of putting on the moves a little bit on the horse and just in their element?
Part of what we do, because autism is not most of those kids are not social. They don't like making eye contact. And part of what we do, because the horse is a team with them.
Yeah.
And you have to talk to the horse. You have to say the horse's name in whatever form my horses understand. And so when we're doing the horse show, and we had a judge, somebody from Rhinelander, and I better not say her name or she'll probably, but anyway, we encourage our kids when the judge comes up to them to make eye contact with her. She will probably say, "What's your name?" And they'll say their name, or she can say something about what's your horse's name and what breed is he, how old is he, and that's just more social graces and social skills because that's what our autistic kids need.
Yeah.
So that is huge. And then for them to ride, when you ride a horse, there's a certain body position that you have. It's called a balance seat. And you have your toes up and your heels down, your back straight, your hands held in a certain way to accommodate the reins. And there was one gentleman come up and he just said, I can't believe how those kids stay focused. Because a lot of times autistic kids don't focus. And at the farm, they want to ride that horse and they've made friends with that horse and the horse does a therapy.
Yeah.
And our horses respond to them. If we get a student's having a bad day, that horse will absorb that bad. That's just the nature of the animal.
They feel it. Feel it.
And if they come in all, excited and anxious, then the horse is going, all right, what's wrong with you?
What's going on today? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's amazing. It's the best lessons I've ever given in my entire life.
You've got a great thing going on.
Really
You have great
cool.
volunteers, great animals. How can we help you expand this program? What do you need?
Well, we're having a fundraiser Saturday. It's a rummage sale. And we have our new facility up, our heated indoor riding arena. Kids rode all winter. It was amazing.
Yeah.
And that was from phenomenal donations from people who believe in what we're doing.
Right.
It's no state money pays for this building. It's all donations.
Yeah.
No one in our group gets paid. My instructors don't get paid. I don't get paid. Nobody. Horses don't get paid. And so we're having a rummage sale, and it's going to be in the new facility. So it's no matter if it's raining or snowing.
We got the space.
Let's not go there.
Right. And it's $20 for space, and you can set up at 7:30 in the morning, and it's 9 till 3, and you can bring anything you have for sale, and it's this way. The building is up. It's a community-based building, so we hope to have this grow maybe twice a year, where people can gather and see our facility. Meet maybe some of our kids, because we always got, the kids are out there because we encourage that.
I was gonna say, I feel like Jeff and I need to make an appearance at some point this summer, right?
Yeah, you'll have to
We'll
come
have to
and
do
watch
this.
our horses and our kids.
Unfortunately, we're up against the clock here, Lenelle, so we're gonna take a break. We'll be back on Up North at 4. Oh, the shot of